Coming up on this week's episode of the Château Hunters, I set our family the unprecedented task of hunting down 3 chateaux in one day, each with their own unique history, from medieval to Renaissance, from disrepair to well repaired, warfare, wine, fortifications, stonemasons, and even a couple of YouTubers. What other mysteries lie in store? Well, you're about to find out. Sit tight, buckle down, because this is the Château Hunters. Roll titles. Welcome. My name is Charles. I am British but an expatriate in France. With my family, we go on the hunt. We are the Château Hunters. Right, we're ready for some chateau hunting. Are we ready to go?
We got the waterproofs.
The cagoules. Let me get the children's cagoules. Right, 2 cagoules and an umbrella. Have we got our umbrella? Here we go. There you go, boys. Lovely stuff. Thank you. Right. And as you can see, I have purposely camouflaged myself in a lovely tuffeau coloured outfit, so not to be spotted, because on the Château Hunters we make sure we are undercover. Now let's go.
Directions.
I haven't even got my phone, no. We haven't got the sat nav. Sarah, the sat nav. I don't know where I've left it. Have I left it plugged in?
Yeah.
No, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Boys, are we excited for the chateau hunt today? Yeah. Good. Now let's go chateau hunting. So you can see we are travelling quite high up here, and one of the key features of this chateau is that it is high up on a hill. And you know, back in the day, in the medieval times, that's so it couldn't be impregnated. You know, that's the last thing you wanted, was someone coming in and bashing down those doors without any notice. Now, the driving in France is something of a paradox. You have people that drive really fast, really stupid, overtaking, tailgating, and then you've got the others which are just like doddery, looking around, driving very slowly, not indicating. You've got these kind of 2 parallels, and you'd never know when you go out on the road who or what you're going to come across. They look like Jersey cows. The reason why we're going this weekend is the 20th and the 21st of September are Journée de Patrimoine. Now what that means is it's basically a heritage day where the chateaux are instructed by the French government to open your doors and let the public in at a discounted price or for free. And so people like us go and take advantage of that offer, and we're trying to hoover up as many chateaux as we can in one day. Now someone's pulling into park here. I got a feeling they are going there. Now is this? It does say parking, and I'm going to go down there. Oh my goodness! No, here we go. Here we are. Yep. I'm going to spin round here because I can see it here. Can you see that, darling? Okay. Yeah. Now I look like a French driver the way I'm doing this U-turn. I was right about this car here. They are here and they're going here. Oh, bus! It said bus here. What the bloody hell is it? Bus. Oh, look at that! Oh, can't wait to see that. Look at that. Boys, there's a great big bloody slingshot. The Chateau de Monts-sur-Guesnes, built in the 12th century, was a stronghold tied to the lords of Loudun and later shaped by the turbulence of the French wars of religion. It has been modernised into a cultural and historical centre, open since 2022, blending its medieval heritage with the interactive exhibits and visitor experiences. Now, let's take a look around. Wow, let me get a shot of this. Oh my, I don't think there's going to be any youths or graffiti under here. This feels like the most sanitised underpass ever. Now, look at that. Oh my goodness me, look up here. So I got a feeling just behind me here, they're taking a photo of a dog, and I think they're selling it on Le Bon Coin or something. they look like they're doing a kind of promotional dog photo to sell it. It's just your average Saturday in France. One problem is it's just started raining. Okay, what's the plan, darling?
When it's raining cats and dogs outside, you can dive into one of the many visual exhibits. We are treated to a splendid animated timeline of the history of Elena d'Aquitaine, one of the most powerful and fertile women of the Middle Ages. She married twice, firstly to Louis VII, making her the Queen of France, but after a quickie divorce, she hopped across the Channel to tie the knot with Henry II of England. This woman married up. She may have been the Kris Jenner of her time. One of her 8 children with Henry was King Richard the Lionheart. Wouldn't it be good to see our modern-day royalty on the battlefield? Someone like Prince Andrew on the front line in Ukraine.
Now, the great thing about this is it's so interactive and the children can get involved, and it's very modern. It's got this kind of, you know, you feel like you're in a medieval chateau as I'm walking through here. It's just really well done. Now, this has to be one of the most creative installations I've ever seen in a chateau. Now, look at this. Look at that. That's so cool, isn't it, boys?
Now it's time to head into battle. I've not worn a suit of armour since Uncle Benedict's Halloween bash of 2002. Outside we are treated to a live demonstration, the history of the catapult. Amazing that the war machines of today all originated from flinging a humble egg from a spoon.
And I tell you what, it's bloody good that Jack Black has come over here to do this work. He really gets into character, Jack Black.
Recruitment for the army is not what it used to be. But after some cajoling from my dear wife, she insisted I go off and bomb the British.
Je lâche en tir, voilà. Et voilà, et on les applaudit.
I'm slightly worried that I just hit an English castle during this exercise, but not a problem. This game is quite good for my wife because her hand-eye coordination is not the best, and I think it's really good practice for her to give it a go. No pressure, darling. Absolute no pressure. She did quite well, actually.
When we go on chateau hunts with our little ones, we are disappointed by the lack of things for them to do. Well, here, it really is tailored for families and children of all ages. To get the next generation curious about history, turning these historic public places into fun, educational and interactive experiences is essential. There really is nothing quite like an ancient war machine.
Genuinely, that is a brilliant experience, worth every penny when you're paying full whack as well, I think. So if you're in the area, definitely head out here. And if you've got kids, it's great because there's loads of little games, loads of demonstrations. Check it out. Now, chateau number 2. Let's go find it. Here we go. We're 2 minutes away from the second chateau. Now, this is a big one, and some of you may be familiar with it because it's quite a big YouTube channel as well. They know how to work the social media. Oh my goodness me, look, I can see cars up there. There's a whole ton of cars up there. You might not be able to pick it up on camera. This is going to be something, and I think that's where we're headed. Chateau Pernon is owned by Felicity and Tim. Tim used to be quite a big politician down under. But now he and his wife, they live in France and they live in this magnificent chateau. Now, it's got 105 rooms and there's a lot of renovating that needs doing. They've been mainly working on the roof and the outside to secure those beautiful tuffeau stone walls to make it look as it used to many, many years ago. Around the 1700s it was built, and I think here we are. And what an absolute jam-packed event it is. I can already see at least 200 cars. Allons-y, allons-y, voilà. Merci beaucoup. I've got a car coming up here. That looks like, that's Elena and Scott, isn't it? I knew there were Brits driving this car. There was something about the Brits in this car, and I knew they were driving this car, the way they're driving it. I think the crazy thing is we knew who they were. We're quite well known in the area. I think we've taken their parking spot. So thank you very much, Elena and Scott. Links in the description below. Chateau Pernon. Here we go.
Now, we all know the Aussies are known for their grit and hard graft, and this mammoth undertaking is not for the lily-livered. The owners, Felicity and Tim, certainly don't shy away from getting their hands dirty, and they have been documenting their chateau restoration journey on their YouTube channel, Chateau de Pernon, reawakening a French chateau. Well, it's certainly awake today, with hordes of locals, tourists, and even a sprinkling of those obsessive YouTube fans. Don't I know about them? I was once spotted in a Lidl in Châtellerault and asked for a selfie. It was nice, but I felt violated. Unlike in England, where every Tom, Dick and Harry owns a listed building, in France there are so many old castles the opportunity of owning a monument historique is a rare privilege. Now, the benefits are obviously the financial assistance from the Direction Régionale des Affaires Culturelles, but with that comes oversight and architectural control. You can't just decide to turn it into Mickey Mouse's Magic Kingdom. The work must be overseen by qualified heritage architects and by specialist artisans, like the stonemasons from Société Potvin de Rénovation, inspiring the next generation who we hope will continue to keep these traditions alive.
It's the chateau number 2 of the day, and it has this magnificent view over the Poitou-Charentes region. In fact, we live 20 minutes away. We've never been invited for a soiree, but you know, there's always time for that.
We are treated to a brief glimpse inside, a step back in time, salvaged wallpapers and ornate features. Even a portrait of Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. I guess he must have holidayed here.
Over here we have the beehive, and actually you can buy some of the Chateau Pernon honey in little jars. Tasty.
Before you join the rabble of Gen Zs protesting on the streets about excessive government spending, Felicity and Tim foot the bill of a significant share of the renovation cost. They are clearly masters of marketing and social media, with over 360,000 subscribers on YouTube in only a few years, utilising the wonders of modern technology to connect to patrons around the world, updating them on their progress and sharing historic discoveries. Owning a physical piece of this chateau is possible through remnants of century-old tiles or through their collection of wallpapers, aptly known as the Pernon papers, in connection with Farrow and Ball. They don't just do paints, you know. If you're asking my favourite Farrow and Ball colour, it's Marmelo. It's a silky chocolate brown, but others have been known to say something far more vulgar.
Is it box? Yes, it looks like it's been nibbled with by caterpillars. And it's the problem these days. These old properties were built with box hedges, and you know, all these Chinese caterpillars come in, don't they, and just nibble the whole lot, so you've got to kind of rip it all out again. Now, there's a lot of content here, I've got to say. This needs some work. This is a very old stable. Horse and buggy, or horse and cart. I tell you what, we've had a little tour and we need a drink, so let's go over to the wine bar. Allons-y. Off to the wine bar, walking across the grass. I hope this is okay. We're absolutely knackered. The kids are knackered. 3 in a day we might be biting off more than we can chew. The best thing about chateau hunting is trying good wine, and there's so many great vineyards here, and everyone I seem to know has vineyard in their garden, and that's a fact. And this lovely little number, strawberries, I'm getting hints of strawberries. It's really got that kind of fruity hint. Give it a little stir. It goes down so well. I mean, I can tell the alcohol content is just right. It's not too strong. It's not weak like our children's jus de raisin. And yes, as long as I can drive home afterwards, that's fine. But really, most of the gendarmes are drunk anyway. No, chateau hunting number 2 done. And I think there's a storm on the horizon over there, so we're heading off to number 3. And we'll probably be back here next year to see how the progress grows. Good luck to Felicity and Tim. All the best, guys. The time is 1600 hours. We have ticked off 2 chateaux. The storm has just started to linger over the top of Chateau Pernon, and we are off to our 3rd chateau. Now, all of these chateaux today we have never been to before, and this 3rd one is, well, it's slightly different. So you can see it here, darling, look at this. Look at the turrets here, what the remnants of this old medieval chateau. Now this is Chateau de la Chapelle-Bellouin. It's a good job I can park. You put me anywhere in the world and I can park a car, I can park a van, I can park whatever you want. It's just an inherent thing in the British DNA that they know how to park a car. Now, I don't know much about this chateau, but what I do know, it's got 4.9 rating from 34 reviews. Now, that's not bad, is it?
Fans of the Chateau Diaries will know a good facelift can do wonders. But how about a full-on Renaissance restyle? That's what happened here at Chateau de la Chapelle-Bellouin, a 12th century chateau fortress with a keep, built to withstand a siege rather than a dinner party. But by the 16th century it was the first of its kind to transition. Like an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, it got the full-on Renaissance makeover. The transformation was all thanks to Henry Bowyer, the lesser known of the Bowyer brothers. His older brother Thomas was too busy to help, as he was building Chateau de Cheneseau. Never heard of it. Bellouin was passed around French nobility like a harlot in a hurry, finally ending up in the hands of Cardinal Richelieu. The chateau fell into disrepair by the late 19th century. Its modern-day revival is down to a lifelong dedication by a master artisan. Christian Galern, the primary force behind the ongoing preservation, a stonemason who has been working on stabilising the key components of the chateau since 1979. He explains, the goal is to preserve this heritage so that a trace of the buildings remains. A tricky task when no plans or drawings have ever been found. The boys are playing ruggers over there, they're happy. And who knows what kind of secrets this place holds, and I'll be honest, I'm very glad I found this place and not Saving Castles. Saving Castles, you can check them out there in the link below as well. Anyway, have a look at some of these troglodytes. Wow! So this is an old cave, a troglodyte. I don't know how much has been dug out more recently or what was in it, but people would have lived in here. This is modern day off-grid here. And you don't see many off-grid YouTube channels living in these troglodyte houses. Maybe one day you will, eh, boys? Oh! Spooky. Bit too spooky for me. Since 1997, he's dedicated his life to becoming the Inspector Clouseau of these stones, using logic, observations and technical writings to piece together the lost history of this majestic marvel. Nothing has been left unexplored, from the dry moat to securing the surrounding walls, discovering the troglodyte sections, the rooms of the keep and restoring the drawbridge.
Painstakingly would have dug some of the stone, he would have carved it, and he would have built and helped maintain the stability of this old building. And it looks like he's still doing it today, so that's quite incredible.
Monsieur Gueulin says this is a lifelong passion, anchored in these walls. I'm still finding new things. I can't tear myself away. His identity is intrinsically linked to the chateau. It clearly demonstrates how the sustained effort of a single, passionate artisan can be the paramount force in saving this historic castle.
Something that struck me recently was surely the best thing anyone could do right now is to do something amazing and not tell anyone. And sometimes just getting on and grafting, restoring these historic monuments without telling anyone is quite admirable and rare. That's 3 chateaux down, and I am too tired for a 4th. This region is full of chateaux and we will continue to hunt them down. But now I need something to eat. Don't forget, you can subscribe below. Check out all the links to the chateaux we've visited today. And yeah, there's nothing more to say. Roll titles. I'm not filming this bit, are you, darling? Darling, we can't. No, don't put the camera down now, darling. You can't have the audience think we go to McDonald's all the time. This is not getting out. Okay, this can't get out.